Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hexham Choir Christmas Concert 2020 edition. Normally, this event takes place live in person and we cram ourselves and an audience into a church in Hexham. However, given the circumstances, we're unable to do that this year, so we thank you very much for joining us for this online version. We were determined that we would still have an event this evening, and as ever, we're raising money for a super important charity, which is Crisis UK. You'll hear from them later on in the evening, and if you're able to donate, I'm sure they will be very grateful for anything that you can give. This term, the choir, like most choirs, have been working away online, and tonight you'll see the fruits of their labours, and I would like to thank them and our accompanist Warren Smith for all of the hard work that's gone in to making this happen. Now, normally at these events, we'd ask you to only join in with the congregational carols. However, given that 2020 has coined the phrase, "you're on mute," that means you can join in with as much or as little as you wish. So to start us off this evening, here is the congregational carol, "O Come All Ye Faithful."
Hexham Choir, greetings from Bellingham. It's Christmas time again. I hope everyone's staying safe and really, really well. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for including my song, Sing Out, Rejoice, Sing Out, in your concert tonight. It was such an honour to write something for you last year, and I can't believe that it's a whole year since I was sitting in St Mary's listening to you sing it so beautifully. Tonight is exciting, and hopefully we'll raise some more money for Crisis UK. So without further ado, clear the voices, and I introduce Sing Out, Rejoice, Sing Out. Merry Christmas, everyone!
rejoice, sing out. Let the church bells ring, there's a newborn king. Sing out, rejoice, sing out. Yes, it's Christmas time again. The seasons come and go. It's Christmas time again. With frost and winter snow, it's Christmas time again. The Advent candles glow. At Christmas time again. A few more days to go. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time again. Sing out, rejoice, sing out. Let the church bells ring. There's a newborn king. Sing out, rejoice, sing out. Yes, it's Christmas time again. The year is almost done. It's Christmas time again. New ones to come. Christmas time again. And carols will be sung at Christmas time. Enjoyed by everyone at Christmas time again. Sing out, rejoice, sing out. And the church bells ring. There's a newborn king. Sing out, rejoice, sing out. Yes, it's Christmas time. Christmas time. So let's now raise our voices. We'll toast the present and the and peace on earth to all. It's Christmas time again. So let's now raise our glass to future health and happiness, goodwill and peace to all. It's Christmas time again. Sing out, rejoice, sing out. Let the church bells ring. There's a newborn king. Sing out, rejoice, sing out. Yes, it's Christmas time again.
A Child's Christmas in Wales is a piece of prose written by the Welsh poet Dylan Thomas, who is best known for his play for voices, Under Milkwood. The work is an anecdotal reminiscence of Christmas from the viewpoint of a young boy in the early 1920s, portraying a nostalgic and simpler time. In this passage, Dylan reminds us of how a young child's imagination can so easily conjure up terrifying apparitions in the dark. Bring out the tall tales now that we told by the fire as the gaslight bubbled like a diver. Ghosts whooshed like owls in the long nights when I dared not look over my shoulder. Animals lurked in the cubbyhole under the stairs where the gas meter ticked. And I remember that we went singing carols once, when there wasn't the shaving of a moon to light the flying streets. At the end of a long road was a drive that led to a large house, and we stumbled up the darkness of the drive that night, each one of us afraid, each one of us holding a stone in his hand in case, and all of us too brave to say a word. The wind through the trees made noises as of old, and unpleasant, and maybe web-footed men wheezing in caves. We reached the black bulk of the house. What shall we give them? Hark the herald? No, Jack said. Good King Wenceslas. I'll count 3. 1, 2, 3, and we began to sing, our voices high and seemingly distant in the snow-felted darkness round the house that was occupied by nobody we knew. We stood close together near the dark door. Good King Wenceslas last looked out on the feast of Stephen. And then a small dry voice, like the voice of someone who had not spoken for a long time, joined our singing. A small, dry, eggshell voice from the other side of the door. A small, dry voice through the keyhole. And when we stopped running, we were outside our house. The front room was lovely. Balloons floated under the hot water bottle gulping gas. Everything was good again and shone over the town. Perhaps it was a ghost, Jim said. Perhaps it was trolls, Dan said, who was always reading. Let's go in and see if there's any jelly left, Jack said. And we did that.
Thank you, Alan, for that soothing trip to Christmas days of old. And to Fiona for joining us tonight with Sing Out. I'm Graham Helliwell and I sing bass with the Hexham Orpheus Choir. And like many other singers of choirs across the world, virtual or online singing from home has become the normal way of coming together. Across the country, our spare room has become a recording studio. It's your chance to join us now and sing out. Our next carol is O Little Town of Bethlehem, and Nick has kindly put the words on screen for us. See you again soon.
Our next piece, sung by just four of us, is the beautiful old German carol, O Little One Sweet, harmonised by J.S. Bach. This will be followed by a short video from Crisis, a moment to pause and consider how we can help those at risk of being homeless this Christmas. Please give generously to our Orpheus for Crisis link. Thank you.
O little one sweet, O little one white, thy father's purpose hast fulfilled. Thou camest from heaven to mortal care, equal to be with us born men. O little one sweet, O little one mild. O little one sweet, O little one mild, with joy thou hast the whole world filled. Thou camest here from heaven's domain to bring men comfort in their pain. O little one sweet, O little one mild. O little one sweet, O little one mild, help us to do as thou hast willed. Lord, we have belongs to thee, but keep us in our fealty. O little one sweet, O little one mild.
Another one for you to join in with now. In this performance we have the wonderful Martha Cook starting us off, full choir in the second verse and all of you together for the third. If we were in concert, in person, we'd ask you to join us then. But as you're all at home and we can't hear you, knock your socks off and just sing like it's Christmas. Once in Royal David's City.
12 days of Christmas. On the first day of Christmas, my true love said to me, "I've bought a big fresh turkey and a proper Christmas tree." On the second day of Christmas, much laughter could be heard as we tucked into our turkey a most delicious bird. On the third day of Christmas came the people from next door. The turkey tasted just as good as it had the day before. On the fourth day of Christmas came relations, young and old. We finished up the Christmas pud and ate the turkey cold. On the fifth day of Christmas, outside the snowflakes flurried, but we were nice and warm inside. We ate the turkey curried. On the sixth day of Christmas, the Christmas spirit died. The children fought and bickered. We ate turkey rissoles, fried. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love he did wince as he sat down at the table and was offered turkey mince. On the eighth day of Christmas, the dog had run for shelter. He'd seen the turkey pancakes and the glass of Alka-Seltzer. On the ninth day of Christmas, poor Dad began to cry. He said he couldn't stand the strain of eating turkey pie. On the 10th day of Christmas, we were drinking homemade brew, and if that wasn't bad enough, we were eating turkey stew. On the 11th day of Christmas, the Christmas tree was moulting. The mince pies were as hard as rocks, and the turkey was revolting. On the 12th day of Christmas, we had smiles upon our lips. The guests had gone, the turkey too. We dined on fish and chips.
Well, thanks to Caroline for reminding me why we're not having turkey for this Christmas dinner. It's another year gone, another Christmas concert almost over. The committee have been telling me off for being a bit of a humbug. Well, that's not entirely true. I like to celebrate with the rest of them. Cheers. So to finish, we're going to share our rendition of Jingle Bells, as arranged by David Wilcox. Before we start, I would like to say on behalf of the choir a big thank you to our choral director, Mark Edwards, and our resident accompanist, Warren Smith, for all the outstanding work they've put in this remarkable year. We hope to see you all in person next year. So here we go, Jingle Bells. I hope you can keep up.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight! Hi, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh! Now the ground is white, to it on young. Take the bells tonight and sing this sleighing song. Just get a bobtail bay, 240 for his speed, then hitch him to an open sleigh and Frank can take the lead. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh! Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight! Hi, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse
I hope you enjoyed our online Christmas concert. I'm Nick Lord and the chairman of Hexham Orpheus Choir. We must thank Mark and Warren for all their work preparing the guide tracks and taking us through our rehearsals on Zoom. Thanks too to the members of Hexham Orpheus Choir who have learned how to record themselves singing their parts in isolation, which have been mixed so expertly by Mark. Many have also submitted some lovely photographs that have been used to accompany the singing. Another reason for putting on this concert is to raise money for Crisis, as we have done in the past 2 years. They need our help even more than ever in this COVID year, and it is particularly vital at Christmas. So thanks to all who have donated so far. If you haven't yet done so, please follow the Just Giving link. Merry Christmas, and we hope to see many of you in person before long.